Chinese coin, recognizable by the hole in the middle. If I remember rightly, that's called a cash.
Nice, maxed out on the royal jelly again. So I think we should take it.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Aye. I think it was a love of passion. Sorry, a murder of passion.
The alchemist is a young man. Golden elixir. Golden elixir.
Right, so we're maxed out on that.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Huh. Life. Nope. I don't think it's I. Z. It's not Zeus again, is it? No. I thought it was like all the codes on these boxes Zeus. Z. Yeah, really nanny words beginning with Z. I don't know this one.
The Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Right, I'm not getting any clues for that box yet. A word close to his heart.
Amber crystals.
Mr. Volna. So, we meet again. Right, how let's do it.
What can I do for you, Derichet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Walna. Who's this person here that we're missing? He's immune to occultism, so let's not try and use that on him. But I don't know what he's weak against. We might have to use a one of these on him.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly. Excuse me for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck.
Don't
My
lie, bitch.
relationship with Miss Adams was pure and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Manipulation. Tell you what, we'll try this. Probably going to be no, he might not be immune to this. We might get away with manipulation.
Please, tell me a little more about the nature of your relationship.
That is a personal matter, monsieur.
Yes, that is true. So, tell me.
All right. It was passion. That's why we couldn't stay together. It scared her.
Why has that got a red +1 on there? Did you love her? Right, hold on, hold on. That was a waste of time, didn't do anything.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Right, I don't need to do that. I know enough. He's vulnerable to diversion. But I can't do that.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
So it's probably not this guy. Right, let's go. They use so many points in this investigation. It's crazy, this episode. To be honest, we're just none the wiser, are we?
Sir Jacques Perru?
Going back in here. I want all the loot. You scumbag, you, mate.
Dear Monsieur Perru. All right. I've retrieved everything. Dear friend.
Aha! I have not picked up full golden elixir. Right, okay. Alright. Let's have another word with this guy.
Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself.
Son of a bitch.
You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You
Actually,
do
that was a sign
realize
of
you're
guilt.
not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
Is this guy some sort of twat?
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
It's pointless. That's a waste of time. He's not gonna.
Goodbye, sir.
He's not
We
gonna say
shall meet
anything.
again.
Probably.
Guy's a twat. I should stab him in the fucking throat. Right.
Honey, I couldn't have hoped
Nice.
for better.
That was worth it. I hope it's honey, because if not, I'm.
Carmelite water. They say that if you
Oh, that
drink
was still
this, it'll
good.
give you a real boost.
Carmelite water.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Right, well, I'm going to use that on the next person, and I can pick that up. I think I might use it on Napoleon. He's got to know something, hasn't he?
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Oh, I can find out more things. I'm going to have to go back to that guy's room. Right, okay, okay. Anything behind here? Nope. What I could do is, I could use this, that Carmelite water, to negate the effects of opening up that chest in that guy's room, Volna's room.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Right, I'm going back into this Peru's room. Let's see if we can find the pistol. Oh, he's got nothing I can... Nothing I can do. I'm going back to Walner's room to open up his box. I'm going to use some of that special water. Can I go upstairs? I can go upstairs. Because that's where that's where that guy is.
Monsieur Johann van Wolner.
Because we're going to get some information out of this box. I know for a fact we are.
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. If I'm not mistaken, Paracelsus named the element called zinc.
Zinc. Mysterious notes. Oh, is that all these, is it? I wonder where they go, because I can never ever find them. Old Devil's Stone, what's that?
How can I help, monsieur?
Right, we can't do that anyway.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
This is... I just don't know where to go. Who am I going to question? A big guy. Who's a big guy? We know Peru is. Not Napoleon. Not him. That's me. George Washington, that's right, Mama. You can't see George again.
Sir Jacques Peru?
That's Napoleon's room.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Investigate here.
Dear E.
It's amazing what you missed the first time round. It's amazing what I miss. She's got nothing. Let's see if she's opened any more dialogue options.
What can I do for you, Louis?
We found the murder weapon.
What is it?
A dagger, quite slim.
Have you found its owner?
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. That said, since the blade penetrated the body several times, the murderer's hand will have been covered in blood.
You think that's a clue?
The handprint was a very slender hand, Emily. Probably that of a woman.
Do you realize what that means? There are only 3 of us on the island. Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady, that means...
I know, Emily. I know.
Keep up your courage, Louis. I'm sure there's an explanation. You're bound to shed some light on it all.
If what you say is true, Emily, I'm less and less enthusiastic about shedding any light on the subject.
Hold on. So she's just said like, oh yes, there's only 3 ladies on the island, so it really must be your mother. Or so I'm going to take your word for it. I think it was your sister. Or you.
I found a torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily. I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
So if it is my mother, then we're wasting our time investigating all these people, although I do want to see Big George. Big George!
Duke Manuel Godoy.
I want to see Manuel Godoy. It could be him. If he's on the island and nobody knows.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
I want to go in his room. Just find some evidence.
President George Washington.
Greetings, Louis.
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then.
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Well, I know that guy's the only one wearing a big fucking ankle boot. That Peru, but I don't know how to call him out on it. Because maybe it was two people. If it was Peru and my mother. I don't know, lads. I don't know how to piece this together. That's the murder scene. We're going upstairs. Or can we go downstairs? Nope.
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
There's got to... Should I waste 2 points and try and question that guy? It's my only other lead.
Monsieur Jacques Peru.
I just don't think... It's not going to do anything.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
Maybe we maybe we can't go any further. We'll have to access
All right.
the
Retrieve everything.
we'll have to go and speak to where's his name? Mortimer. We're going to have to speak to Mortimer to proceed this matter, I think. Because there's nothing else in here that I can find that's going to link him to the crime. Other than the boots he's got on. We've got the time of the incident. It was like 3:45 in the morning. Right, let's do it. And I think there's some jellies on the way back up, isn't there? That's down. This way is back up.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect
Oh no,
relic,
it wasn't. It was the
the
food.
worm before it's attained its final form?
It was the food hall
Charming.
where I found them spare jellies. That was in the very start.
What a tragedy, my son. How could such a thing have happened?
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble. It's probably nothing.
I can't say anything else with him.
But if I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru. You remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
Is there a reason why we can't question him properly? He's got a little girl's hand. Nice. So we've got max everything, haven't we? Apart from that top one, which is fair enough. Right, let's speak to this guy, see what he's got to say.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
I'm listening, Louis.
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
I'm in two minds of what to do. Should I trust this guy and gain his help? Or should I just be elusive?
When I first came here, I wasn't that worried. In the past, my mother has taken a few liberties during her missions, including disappearing for several days on end.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Isn't Bonaparte a bit young to deserve so much attention?
Well, you come straight to the point. I like that. Indeed, if you knew just how much you remind me of him. Trust me, I'll wager that Monsieur Napoleon will soon prove himself. I'm working on it, at least. Once this deal was closed, I had big plans for Sarah.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play. And I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much. In this way, you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
If only my mother had trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Is this usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I am sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears. There's something I still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
If I say that, that could mean I'm giving on that she knows something, which we know she does.
I'd like to find a logical answer, but I just can't see anything.
Let's play dumb.
Apart from the fact that she might have lost her mind. Since I came here, I've ceased to understand her. That, plus what I've found out about her past, and I'm left with the bitter feeling that I never really knew her.
I can understand you beginning to feel that way after these past 2 days, but I'm sure all will become clear once your mother reappears. The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
See, I think this guy's trying to manipulate me. I've gave him a bit of information, now he's running with it. The good thing is, we don't really believe that.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we liked to share points of view about practically any subject. We would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jersey, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
Right, so we can't do politics. We can do erudition. Let's do it.
Ah, yes. His famous cotton gin. It was supposed to revolutionize cotton production in the United States.
It will revolutionize the world, Louis. The potential of this invention is much greater. Tomorrow, all industries will be switching to simple but large-scale production. Of that I'm sure.
I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Perfect. We can question her on that again.
Mother lulled my childhood with tales of the Crusades. How Richard the Lionheart and Philip Augustus had to battle it out to achieve their ends. And how Guy de Lusignan, having broken his word, launched the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Oh, I see Sarah's lessons have inspired new enthusiasts. Good on you, because not everyone can claim they know as much at your age. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things to worry about now, Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually
Yes.
happening inside the manor. Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation, until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course. I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
That's all I can tell you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
I don't know why I never thought of that before. Of course. That would have been her
Just
sister.
opposite Mortimer's study.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study. Where the hell is Mortimer's study?
So Jacques Perru?
It's gonna have to be on the opposite wall, isn't it?
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
That's who's gonna be coming to tonight. Or tomorrow.
Huh, that's me.
That's you.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Still can't go in there. Is this the box room? Nope. That's
President George Washington.
Mr. Washington. Where the hell is this room?
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
That's the... fuck? I don't know where the tower room is. Here. That's where we need to go.
Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
I don't know where it is. Where the hell's the tower room? Ah, where, man? Come on, let's have a fucking map marker or something. The tower room.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Hold on, can I do this? I can't even go in my own room.
Huh, that's me.
Oh, where the fuck am I going? Fuck this. Google. Can't find tower room. Surprise the fucking prize. Oh wait, answer. Oh my god, the fucking internet is down. Seriously? Is my fucking internet down? I can't even find it. I can't even get that. Oh no, it's up, it's up. It's the door across from the stairwell up to talk to the guy who owns the island. Well... that room there? Oh, fuck's sake. Did I not already look into that room? And why isn't there a servant outside? What the hell is this? Alright. This room here. Well, I thought that was the room that she got murdered in. It just all looks the same. Alright. Look for clues.
There are burnt papers in the chimney. There's a legible fragment left. Hey, I recognize my mother's handwriting. She says, we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. So Mother had an accomplice here. Who could it be?
Napoleon had a sword.
Who could she be suspicious of? I must find the next part. Faith, sword. I recognize her love of riddles there. Dante's Paradise. Raise your head and be reassured, for what comes up here from the mortal world must ripen in our rays. What is this disc? Oh, that reminds me of the ones my mother collects. It's magnetic.
Puzzle. So what do we use this on? We're going to use this on something to unlock a magnetic lock. I bet you.
St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio. A fierce opponent of the first Christians, St. Paul is suddenly struck by the call of Jesus Christ and converts. It's the best known conversion in Christian history, which teaches us that even enemies of Christ can be saved, and even become his greatest apostles after finding faith. From what I can recall, the account of his conversion could be found in the epistles to the Galatians, the Philippians, the Corinthians, and the Acts of the Apostles.
That's strange. Look. Consult your notes. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword.
Caravaggio attained a magnificent command of black and the play of colors too. Paul facing an ordeal, the curtains of his illusions being raised, and receives the light from his Savior. St. Paul on the Road to Damascus by Caravaggio.
Okay. There's something strange about that painting. I came in there, so let's open this door. Oh, hello.
A Greek drachma, one of the rare ancient coins to be mentioned both in the Bible and in the Quran. The door appears to be locked on the other side. I think I heard something fall to the ground. A metallic sound, like a key falling to the floor.
I can just straight up pick the lock because I'm a beast. I could use the disc to get the key, but I'm a beast.
Open sesame. It's open.
Give us the key as well. The key disappeared.
Honey, the remedy of the gods. St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Man with the sword.
St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look. This is how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean? So we have the figure 11 twice underlined, and a story of a group of pilgrims who it looks like Paul is speaking to. Maybe it's a code. There must be a connection. A text on Paul must be somewhere, and it must be associated with the figure 11. But what's the story with these pilgrims? I mean, a connection with the figure, maybe?
Number 11. And a story about pilgrims. Right, let's find a book.
Saint Mark from the collection of the Apostles by Guido Reni. Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Open it.
St. John is known as the youngest of Christ's apostles. Well, we often give credit to St. John for having written about the apocalypse in the last book of the Bible.
Here's the book.
The New Testament. This volume dates from the first edition of Gutenberg. It's the first book that was ever printed. The pages are covered in annotations in Latin, French, and Hebrew. Someone spent years studying this Bible.
I've got no idea what I'm reading. Ah. 1-1. 1-1 underscored twice could be 22.
And as they did eat, Jesus took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to them and said, "Take, eat. This is my body."
Yeah, 11.
And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and much people. Then they suborned men, which said, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against God." But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
Right, wait there. She says we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trust in my faith in the man with the sword. Right, who's the man? Oh, what's this? Was the man with the sword John? I forgot his
Chest with
name.
the occult symbol representing air.
Pick it, baby. Oh my god. Right, let's wait. We could just force our way into that. But who's this guy?
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni.
Paul. Right, let's go and read Paul's verse number 11. There's a couple of 11s here. Ah! Chapter 11, verse 11, that's why 11's underscored twice.
I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Oh, wait, a note from Mother is carefully folded between the pages here. What does it say? Dear E, I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the two groups of pilgrims would mislead you. Pick up the package. You know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's imperative. Awaiting your reply, hidden behind the youngest apostle. What? The youngest apostle? What does Mother mean by that?
The youngest apostle was this guy, wasn't he?
The painting looks like it's been taken down recently. But wasn't my mother said that she would wait for an answer hidden behind the apostle? Ah, of course. There's something written behind the painting. On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
1 to the left, 3 to the right.
On the second day, the pilgrims listened to the prophecy of the young apostle. The prophecy of the young apostle, that was John. And the prophecy mentioned is most likely the book of Revelations according to St. John.
One to the left, 3 to the right.
He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. I and my Father are one.
I didn't know. She says we must find a safer way to communicate. Someone is onto us. Trusting my faith in the man with the sword, done that. Epistles of Paul 1 to 2. Epistle of the Romans, chapter 11, verse 11. Right, done that. I'm glad you found this note. I was afraid the code of the 2 groups of pilgrims would have missed in video. Pick up the package you know where, and hide it where no one will find it. It's impressive awaiting your reply. Hidden behind the youngest apostle. So have I not?
On the second day, the pilgrims will listen to the prophecy of the young apostle. They shall add 1 companion to their left and 3 to their right to complete their rank. What does it mean?
One to the left. 3 to the right. I'm lost. I ain't got a fucking clue, mate.
A drawing of the Apostle Matthew, painted by Guido Reni. He's represented as writing the word of the Lord, transmitted by the Holy Spirit, who appears here in the guise of an angel. There's something else behind this painting. It says, half of each group will join the first city of Corinth. What the hell does that mean? A group of pilgrims, if I'm not mistaken, numbered respectively 12 and 14 in the last painting. With the simple operation suggested, that would mean that the new groups are 6 and 7. Must be the group of pilgrims mentioned from before. I guess maybe the city of Corinth is a reference to the epistle from Corinthians in the Bible.
Corinthians. 6 and something. Six and 7.
Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law with one another. Why do ye not rather suffer injustice? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Ah, look, here's a message. It is of paramount importance that no one finds it. Watch out for the Prussian. He's on the trail. Let's meet up. I'll leave it to you to organize the rendezvous. Not today. I'm unable to do it. In the meantime, I'll follow the first group to Mark, who will reveal the answer to them. And that first group of pilgrims, how many are there now? If I refer to the chapter I'm reading at the moment, 6.
Mark.
I guess I'll just come back later.
Right, so wait there, let's inspect another painting.
There's nothing worth noticing here. Little characters are engraved on the chest of drawers under the urn. It's a sentence in Hebrew. Choosing the Hebrew alphabet is no coincidence. It's gotta be a reference to the Bible. No, nothing of value here. There are finger marks, deliberately drawn in the dust. 8 in all. It's too cumbersome for me to unhook here, but judging by the dust, it hasn't been moved for months, if not years.
8. Hebrew 8.
St. Paul painted by Guido Reni. St. Paul is shown holding a sword. Strange. There's hardly any dust, as if the painting's been cleaned recently. There's a small inscription engraved on the frame. Let's take a closer look.
Oh, we've already
This
got
is
this.
how Paul spoke to his pilgrims from Rome. Just above that, someone's written down the figure 11 on the painting and underlined it twice. No, what does that mean?
You already know what it means, we've already investigated. It's a shame you can't skip the... Hold on, what's this? Let's investigate this again.
Several portraits of apostles, all signed by Guido Reni. Looks like someone touched this commode recently. There are fingerprints on the sheets and in the dust.
Right, Hebrew 8.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they were made ready, he fell into a trance. Hey, there's a note here. A message from Mother in reply to E. We must leave urgently, but first I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare. Watch out for Volner. He figured out I was avoiding him. Allay suspicion. See you tomorrow evening. Stand ready. For now, let's cease all communication until we meet. Take care of yourself. I suppose this must be the last message. What happened afterward? If it's what I suspect, I fear the worst. What did Mother mean by, I absolutely must go beyond the nightmare? I must go beyond the nightmare. What does she mean by that? I'm guessing it's a metaphor. I need to figure out what this means. Mortimer's getting his guests together. I ought to join them so I don't look suspicious.
Yeah, she's all about this cryptic shit, like, isn't she? We've got to avoid or be wary of Walner. Haha, there we go. Failed. I did not understand my mother's message. I could have found the conversation between my mother and her partner. Oh shit. I refused to indicate the culprit in Lord Mortimer. I discovered my mother's message. Right, so I fucked that up. I thought, well, to be fair, I didn't understand it at all. I wonder if you could understand it. I'm not being funny, but I can't be asked for this fucking Bible shit. Like, fuck that. Just write it in plain English. Do you know what I mean? Just be like, yeah, get yourself out of here. I'm murdering everybody. Starting off with that blonde-haired wench. That's what she really did. I know my mother's a proper freak. If this was me coming to this island looking for your mother and I found all this weird shit happening, I'd just be like, right, ma, you're on your own. I'm going back home. See ya. Good luck. Right, so absolutely botched that one up by the looks of it. I did not understand my mother's message. No shit. Right, so manuscripts to read. What do I want to increase? Possibly these. Politics, diversion, and linguistics. Or should I concentrate on... I was going to concentrate on occultism, wasn't I? Yes. Sorry, manipulation. We need manipulation at level 3. Right, so can we do manipulation? I'm going to do it in all of mine actually. Science, subterfuge. Right, we'll do that. Oh wait, that's not letting us level up. Right, okay, so we're not at the end of the episode yet. I thought it would have let me level up. We'll call that episode there, lads. And I'll see you in the next one for this get together. And we'll see if we can start finding out what the hell is going on. It's just a whole car crash of nobody knowing what's even happening. What are other people's motives? We just don't know yet. But then again, we're still pretty early in the game. Sure, but we're starting to get some clues, we're starting to decipher, we're starting to have our own theories. And I'm interested to find out how those theories come into fruition. See you in the next episode, lads.